Hi folks, how you doing? I thought I would talk about uh, a Hebrew god or a Hebrew character in the mythology, Moses, which everyone has heard of Moses, and the Kimite god called Ma-Shu. Just to show a comparison between the Hebrew tradition, mythological tradition, and the ancient Egyptian tradition. As stated on other occasions, all the mythologies are derived from the ancient Egyptian mythology. And so we come up with a comparison between these two characters, Moses and Ma-Shu. Ma-Shu, or Shu, wears a feather with dark or shade and light. Moses at times wore a veil. When he put the veil on, it was shade or dark, and when he took the veil off, it was light. So we see that the feather worn by Shu and the veil that was at times worn by Moses were actually the same, or had the same meaning. So when Moses goes before the Lord on the mountain, he took the veil off. But when he came down from the mountain, he put the veil on. So when he went to talk to the people, he had the veil on. Ma-Shu, okay, as a double character. It is Shu and her Shu. Moses had a double character. It was Moses and Joshua. So Moses and Joshua are actually the same. Two aspects of the same individual, or the same entity. The same with Shu and her. And her is just another character of Shu, another aspect of his personality. The feather, which has dark and light, is variable, because we could go from the dark to the light. The same with the veil of Shu. And both of these are lion gods also. Well, Shu is associated with the lion, and so is Shu. So we have the constellation Leo, Leo the lion. And Leo has many stars, but some of these stars are variable. That is, the stars change from dark to light. You see. And so we can see this association, being that Leo is the lion constellation, and that Moses and Shu are associated with the lion. In fact, Shu is a lion god. Well, we can say Moses is too. See? So we see we have these comparisons here. And the shade aspect of Shu's feather has to do with, we can say, the underworld. Okay? And it is here in the underworld where Shu kneels down. We see Shu kneeling. He's said to be the kneeler sometimes, with his arms raised up, like that. Well, sometimes you just see his arms raised up like that, but then sometimes you see that he has the sun. He's pushing the sun up from the underworld. Okay? And in this name of pushing the sun up, he becomes and her. This is the aspect of his let's say, character, personality, or aspect of his being. Okay, that is the light. He's pushing the sun up. Now, in the underworld, it's associated with the shade, the dark part of the feather. And here, he kneels down to get the sun, to push the sun up, to guide the sun up to the upper world. So when it comes to Moses, Joshua does this, you see. But we see this when Joshua is to go across, to cross over to the promised land. This is associated with them pushing the sun up. So we see now that Joshua and her are the same, and they would occupy the light aspect of the feather, or it would, which would be comparable to Moses without the veil when he goes before the God. But when it comes to crossing over, Moses didn't cross over. Joshua did. When it comes to Shu crossing over, he didn't cross over, and her Shu did. His other aspect crossed over, you see. So here we have more comparison between these two characters. And there's a lot more to it than this, but we'll let this suffice for now, and we'll get back with more comparisons, and we will get into, let's say, the constellations. Okay, so have a good one, and subscribe. There's a lot more to talk about when it comes to biblical characters and the Kimite characters, or they call them gods. But we'll do some comparisons on them to give a good idea, you see, that the Hebrew tradition, or let's say the Judeo-Christian tradition, meaning mythology when I say tradition, are derived from the ancient Kimite or ancient Egyptian tradition. Thank you, and subscribe. And we have a lot more to talk about. Thank you very much, and bye.